Hi, hello, I'm back for another review. I'm going to talk about my favorite couples. So strap in, because we're about to talk about a lot of people and a lot of actors. So the first show is called Rain or Shine, also known as Just Between Lovers. I don't know why it has two separate names. K-dramas do that sometimes. Anyways, it has two different names, but same show. So the main actors are Lee Jun-ho, who plays the character named Lee Kang-doo. Don't come for me on how I pronounce these at all. I am doing my best. I don't speak the language. I'm going to try as hard as I can to pronounce them correctly. And then the female lead is Won Jina, and she plays a character named Ha Moon Soo. I love this show. Let me just start there. I love this show. It's very traumatic. There's a lot of trauma in this show. It's kind of sad. Like, it's low-key just pretty much depressing, like, almost the entire show. The couples also takes a long time to, like, decide to be together. They have one of those relationships where, like, up until, like, episode 10, technically there has been no confession and there's been no we're together, but they low-key have a breakup, essentially, in episode 10, and then they don't get, like, reunited until, like, episode 11, because he, like, leaves to go do this job. It's stupid. It was so annoying, because it was, like, one of those things where we were building up to a relationship, but then it all kind of comes crashing down, and then they're not together, but then they figure it out by, like, episode 12, and they're, like, that's their first kiss. Very cute. Their relationship is very, like, first love. Never been in a relationship, either of them, never dated anyone, so they both are, like, kind of awkward, but it's, like, really cute. As I said, there is a lot of trauma in the show. It's very traumatic because of the way they meet. They literally meet because they are or they're both in a mall that collapses, and then they're underneath. They're, like, in the rubble, and they survive for, like, 3 days by themselves. So anyways, that's pretty traumatic. He's actually underneath the rubble longer because she gets saved first. So then he's stuck there. Anyways, plays a big part in his development in the show, of how he is as a character and why it takes him so long to get through his issues, because he's, not okay. Anyways, love the show. Very depressing. Does end well. Has a good ending. Is cute, but it's traumatic and it's sad and it's hard to get through. But again, has a good ending. But yeah, it takes them a long time, as I said, to become a couple. It's like, you're just waiting. It's like 13 episodes in, and you're like, okay, let's go. Anyways, on to the next show. The next show is a show called Happiness. I love this show so much. I really love the main leads. I love their chemistry. I need them to be in another show together because they're so cute. This one is with Park Hyun-suk, who plays a character named Jung Yi-hyun, and then Han Hyo-ju. Her name is one of those names I just don't know how to say. Anyways, her character's name is Yoon Se-bum. So, these two characters are friends that decide to get married for... Okay, Se-bum's job has something to do with, like... She's not a police officer, but it has something to do with, like, she works in some type of Korea's law enforcement something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but basically she can get free housing if she's married. So she goes to her friend Yi-hyun, who she's been friends with for, like, since high school, and she's like, hey, crazy idea, what if we got married? Because I know you're, like, normal and you're chill and you'd be easy to live with. And she's like, how about that? And he's like, okay. So they, move into this apartment together, and then basically the show is that there's, like, it's kind of like a zombie show. It's kind of like a zombie outbreak, but they're not, like, exactly zombies, but it's, like, that's kind of the vibe. And they get stuck in this apartment building complex, and it's, like, the whole show the whole show is through them just being in this apartment complex. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, they obviously fall in love, and it's very cute. The way they fall in love and the way they are in love is very natural. It's very friends to lovers, like, very much just, like, someone you just care about a lot as a friend, and you just slowly fall in love with them. It's very cute. It's not a romantic K-drama at all. It just has romance in it. So that's great. Love that show. Oh my gosh, this next show. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Now, I will always talk about this show. Because it is one of my favorite K-dramas I've ever watched. I need them to be in a show again together because they're so cute. Okay, so the actors are Kim Son-ho and Shin Mina. So, Son-ho's name in the show is Hong Dushik, something like that. I don't know how to say his surname again. Not his surname. Oh my gosh, Caitlin. His first name is hard to say. And then Mina's character is Yoon Hyejin, something like that. Girl, I don't know. I'm not Korean. Anyways, they're so cute. He is a little like handyman. He does literally everything. He knows how to do everything. She's a dentist that gets like stranded in this like small town. This like and they fall in love. But their relationship is really cute in the beginning too because they like don't get along at all, but then they like obviously eventually fall in love. Anyways, he helps her so much and it's just like he's like perfect and I love him so much. They're great, love them. They're so dang cute. Okay. Next show is Mad for Each Other. Now they are insane. I will say this going into the show. This couple is crazy, but it's so funny. The show is so funny. It's so cute. It's very has some like really emotional parts, but it's also just like really genuinely really funny because they're both not okay mentally. So he has anger problems. The main male lead, his name in real life is Jung Woo, and his name in the show is No Hiwoo. Hiwoo. I don't know how to say his name. And then the female lead is Oh Yoon Park Sojun. Sorry. I just have to remember how to say that surname. Oh Yoon Park Sojun. Please just pretend I'm not no one cares. Okay, Lee Min Kyun is her name in the show. None of this matters. I don't know why I'm giving such graphic details for this. But anyways, sorry. So he has anger issues, as I said, and she is incredibly paranoid and anxious and OCD. Like she just like can't like handle anything, right? And obviously you find out that's because she has like really bad like ex trauma. Like her ex was a horrible person. Comes back into the show at the end. Oh, he sucks. Oh my gosh. Anyways, their relationship, the way they grow together, because they hate each other at first. Like they do not like each other. They don't get along. They go to the same psychiatrist. So that's how they keep interacting. And then he helps her with various situations. And obviously they fall in love. There's this kind of like, I wouldn't say enemies because that's like such a that's such a dramatic term, but it's kind of like enemies kind of to friends to lovers. It's very cute. It's just cute how they help each other through their mental health. And yeah, and there's a dog. She has a really cute dog that they like co-parent at the end. It's adorable. Anyways, that's a great show. Okay. The next show is Into the Ring. Now, this is the most random K-drama that I've ever started. I randomly found it and I was like, I'll try it. I love this show. It's so underrated and it's so cute. And theirs is kind of like they knew each other's childhood. I don't think they were even really friends. They just knew each other when they were kids. And then when they grow up, they just like come together very naturally and very much a friends to lovers. And it's not like forced. It makes sense. They're very cute. So it's Nana is the actress. Guys, I love this woman so much. She's so beautiful. She's an idol. Well, she was an idol. Not really. I don't think she's really active anymore, but she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my whole life. I love her so much. She's so silly. She's so funny in the show, and I love her. Her character's name is Gu Sera, and then you notice that little Sera. Okay. Anyway, sorry. And then Park Sung-hoon, who plays Gun Myung. They're adorable. I love them both so much. They have really good chemistry. They're very, like, kind of awkward, but, like, it's really funny. Like, they're really cute together. Also, it's funny because I had seen Sung-hoon in so many... Like, I saw him in this show first, and then he was in so many shows after that, and he's played, like, a villain in, like, multiple shows after this. And it's funny because my first introduction to him was, like, super awkward. Just, like, kind of... Just, like... I don't know, just existing, not really, he doesn't really do anything in Into the Ring. He's just kind of there. He just supports his girl, and he's just, like, hot. I don't know. And it's so funny that he started playing a bunch of villain roles, because he was in The Glory, and he's, like, one of the main villains in The Glory, and he is horrendous in that show. He is, like, a terrible person. Anyways, but I love them. They're very funny. They're very cute together. Their relationship is just, it's so fun. They're so fun. They're so fun. They're so easy. They're just refreshing, Okay, the next one is another depressing show called The One and Only. Now, this one, okay, I am going to butcher both their names in the show and their names in real life, because this is, I don't know. So we have An Yeon Jin, and her character's name is Pyo Suk, and then we have Kim Kyun Nam, who plays Min Woon Chung. I love them so much. I need you to understand the way that this show introduces the characters, the way that they're in the show, guys. It's so good. It basically is like, so the main male lead witnesses the female lead assaulting an abusive father. Okay? That is how they meet. Okay, I could go into so much detail. I don't know how else to describe this. So basically, so the main male lead, his name is Woo Chon. He is just stick with me. He is a contract killer. And then the female lead is a terminally ill woman who, when she finds out she's terminally ill, she goes, you know what I'm going to do, because I have nothing else to live for. I might as well take someone out with me. Okay, so this is what she does. So she has a neighbor who has an abusive husband and whose daughter she's like not friends with, because that sounds kind of weird, but like she knows the daughter and she like has helped the daughter who's like 10. Okay, so she goes, I'm going to take your abusive dad out to her neighbor's kid, right? So what she goes to do is, the abusive dad is being horrible and chasing his daughter around and trying to like, I don't know, he's a creep, right? He's a creep. He's freaky. So she's like going to try to take him out, right? And our male lead also, I'm going to be so honest, I think the reason he was there was because he was going to take the dad out. Like, I think he had a hit on the dad, because again, like I said, he's a contract killer. So I think he had a hit out, and that's why he was there. Anyways, he's like trying to protect the daughter as well, because he sees that this guy's chasing this little girl around, and he tries to protect her. And then he is like protecting the daughter, right? Because the dad had like pushed her and she hit her head. So then the male lead is holding the daughter while the dad's looming over him with this like stick. And then our female lead comes in and whacks the dad over the head with a bat. Or no, it was a golf club. It was a golf club. So she hits him over the head with a golf club. And then the first interaction that the male and female lead have is he turns around, he looks at her, and because it's like pouring rain, of course, because it's at night. And she like takes her hood off, and it's like pouring rain. And then there are like lightning flashes behind her, and like he just looks at her. And I was like, when that scene happened, and that's like the first or second episode, I was like, nope. I'm locked in. I'm hooked. Anyway, so their relationship is just crazy because one person committed a crime, one person's a criminal, one person's terminally ill. It's just wild show. I'm not even going to try to explain beyond literally what I just explained because it's so confusing, but it's so good. They are very traumatized as well. It's a very hard emotional show to get through at times because it's very sad, because a lot of people are just dying, because it's like, again, she's staying at a hospice, and so a lot of her friends are just dying. It's a crazy show. It's wild. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, this one's a little bit happier. So this one's called See You in My 19th Life. I love this show so much. It's so good. The female lead, again, I'm not even going to try to explain the plot because it's complicated. But basically, the female lead and the male lead. The female lead is, okay, I love her so much. The actress is great. Shin Hae-sun. And then the male lead is An Bo-hyun. They slay in this show. They slay so hard because I love Hae-sun so much. I know it's not Hae-sun anymore. I love her so much. She's such a good actress, but also her character in the show, she's so assertive. She knows what she wants, and she wants Bo-hyun. She's like, girl, that's my man, and I'm going to get him, and I'm going to pursue this man. And she does. And he's like the more shy one in the relationship. Guys, I love the dynamic switch. They were the perfect actors for both of those characters, and they just slayed so hard. The characters go through, again, a lot, but they come out on the other side just together and in love, and it's amazing. It's a complicated story, but it's really good. Okay. This next show is a Chinese drama, so I'm really going to mess up their names. So this one's called When I Fly Towards You. Zhao Yiran is the actor's name, and he plays Zhang Lurang. And then the female lead, her name in real life is Zhang Mia Yi, and her character name is Su Zaza. My Chinese pronunciation, it's incredible. Anyways, I love this show. It's so cute. The female lead is absolutely adorable, like both physically, and her character is so cute. And the male lead is kind of like the cold male lead, but he smiles for her, guys. But it's 24 episodes too, so they're short episodes, but so it's a little bit longer than a K-drama would be. And so it takes them a while to like become a couple, but it's very cute. It's very like they meet in high school, and then it travels with them through college and then after college. It's so cute. The second lead couple as well is to be noted as absolutely adorable. I love them as so much too. All the couples, it is like the most feel good show. You just watch it and you smile. You just feel so happy watching it because the way that they love each other is so pure and so innocent, and it's just so cute and it's happy. And I love the OSTs. I love the music in the show. It's just so good. It's just all around just an amazing show. Okay, here we go. The next one, you guys. I love this show. King of the Land. I love this show. I don't want to hear one person say something bad about the show. And so many people harp on the show, and I don't know why. You hate happiness and you hate love and you hate chemistry. That's what you're telling me when you tell me you don't like this show. Yes, it gets a little bit slow towards the end. I won't sit here and pretend it doesn't. It's a little bit boring towards the end. I don't know why, genuinely. But it's not bad. It's a little bit slow, but it's not bad. Okay, so this has Lee Jun-ho, love of my life, and Yoon-ah. Now, Yoona from Girls' Generation, my queen, love of my life, my bias in Girls' Generation. You guys, I love this woman. I love her so much. She's so cute. She's such a good actress. She's so beautiful. I just love her. And her and Junho's chemistry is insane. You want to know why their chemistry is so insane? It's because they've been friends for like 10 years. Because Junho is also an idol and was and is in the group called 2PM. So they're both of the same generation in idols. They are friends. They've been friends for years. They have crazy, crazy chemistry. Some of the best chemistry I've ever seen in a show. Genuinely, and I'm not, even though I'm biased, I'm not. Because they genuinely, I would think they were in love. 100%. And they have a kiss scene in episode 8 of the show that is quite literally, without a doubt, and I am not exaggerating, the best kiss scene I've ever seen in a show. In 133 dramas, it's the best kiss scene I've ever seen. I was on the floor watching it. I was like, I feel like they're in love. Like, you cannot tell me they're not in love. This show it's kind of a typical, very like follows a pretty like typical K-drama of like rich chaebol, like, which is like a rich boy who's rich business guy, basically, is what a chaebol is. Also, that's actually not that's like not the name of it. It's like generational wealth. I don't know what to call it. I know there's a word for it, but of course I can't think of it right now. But anyways, he's super rich. Boy's got so much money, owns so many buildings, comes from rich whatever. She's the like, I'm poor. She's not like actually poor, but she's like, it's like, how do I explain this? Basically, there's like a lot of genres of K-dramas where the guy is super rich and the girl is poor, and then they fall in love, and it's like this whole thing. It's like a class difference, whatever. This show does have that, but it's not done in a cringy way. It's done in like a normal way. Because she's also works at the hotel one of the hotel he owns. So it's kind of like an employee-employer relationship, but like not really. I don't know. It's fine. Thankfully, it's not like cringy, because it could have been like really cringy. My thumb is going absolutely numb from holding this like this. I don't know why. Okay. So anyways, that's basically what I want to say about that show. It's great. The plot's really cute. People that hate it are just dumb. Okay. Next show. Moving. Now, this show has to do with superheroes, and there's two couples that I want to talk about in this show. So there's the couple of Roo Sung-ron, and he plays Jang Woo-won, and then the actress that plays his wife, her name is Kwak, I don't know how to say that last name, Sun Young, and Hwang Ji-hee is her name. I love them so much. She's not even in the show that much. Like, she's only in a few episodes of the show because she does die. But when you start the show, has been dead for like the daughter's whole life. Because like the daughter, it's like the daughter and her father, and then another couple and their kid, and then another couple and their kid. So it's like the superheroes, if you will, are like the parents and then their kids that have powers. That's like the whole point of the show. So anyways, this parent, they were only together and married for not that long. And then when they had their daughter, the mom dies shortly after, when the daughter's like 4 or 5 maybe. But their relationship, how they meet, and just like what transpires between them is just heartbreakingly sweet. It's so sweet, and it just, and because of what his like superpowers are, and like how he meets her, and just like, I love them so much. I also am such a big fan of the actor, like the guy that plays the dad. I love him. I literally love this man. He's just, I don't know, there's something about him. Like, I just love him. And then the other couple I want to talk about is, okay, again, we mentioned her. She was in Happiness, so I'm mentioning her again. Han Hee-ju, and then Ju In-sung. The chemistry that these two characters have, the chemistry that they have in real life is also crazy. They're like one of those couples. They're kind of like Junho and Yuna, who they just have so much chemistry, and you're like, they're in love. There's literally no way that this couple is not in love in real life, and that is how I feel about their chemistry in the show and in general, because they have their like past and how the characters meet in the show is just so freaking romantic. I don't know how else to describe it. Like the powers that they both have, their first kiss, everything between them. And then also for so much of the show, you think that his character is dead, is gone. You don't know where his character is. But then right at the end, he shows up and reunites with his wife and his son. Absolutely insane. I love them both. They're both so hot. Honestly, I love them. Okay. Next show. Now, this show is called Daily Dose of Sunshine. This is genuinely, without a doubt, one of the saddest K-dramas I've ever watched. It's up there with, there's this one show I watched called Move to Heaven, which was about a brother, well, no, it was about a dad and a son that when people would die, they would move in, like, they would, like, come in and, like, clean the apartment and set everything back, kind of like, they were like cleaners, like after death cleaners. I think there's a name for it. I can't remember what it was. But in that show, the dad dies, and then the punk, like, uncle has to come and work the business with his nephew. That show was insane. I cried almost every episode, and Daily Dose of Sunshine reminds me of that show where I just cried almost every episode because it was so emotional. Park Bo-young. She's my queen. I love that woman. I love that woman so much. She's such a good actress. She slayed. I think she won awards for this role, too. She was so good. And then her romantic counterpart is Yeon Woo-jin, whose character is Dong Go-yoon. Her character is Jung Dae-yoon. The character names don't really matter. Anyways, the chemistry between them was just sweet. I don't know what other word to use. They were so sweet together. The way that he supported her through her mental health when she struggles with depression towards the end of the show, which that's a whole nother part. The way she conveyed the emotions and the things that she struggles with, because, like, the whole point of the show is she works at a mental hospital. She works at, like, a why is that? I cannot think of the word. Anyways, mental hospital. I don't know if that's the correct term for it, but that's where she works. And then towards the middle to end of the show, she starts dealing with depression really bad, and he just waits for her, and he supports her from afar, and he just waits for her. And then when they finally work their way together and they finally are, like, together, it's just so sweet. He's so sweet, and I love him so much. And, like, there's this, like, one thing about him that's kind of silly when the show starts. So he has a really bad habit of cracking his knuckles, like, to the point of, like, an OCD, like, he can't stop, right? He meets her, and the day that she's going in, that they meet on the bus, she's bringing some kind of, like, what was it? Oh, some kind of food like her mom made that she's, like, bringing in, and he sees what she made. It's not dumplings, but I'm just going to say dumplings because I can't remember what the food is anyways. So her mom makes some kind of dumpling food. What are they called? Oh my gosh, there's a name. Anyways, this doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm stuck on this detail. He sees what she makes. He really likes what is being made. So he's like, oh, is it that like helped distract me? It was her that helped distract him from cracking his knuckles, because he stops doing it once he meets her. And rice cake. That's what it was. That's what the food was. He's like, is it the rice cakes that helped? And I'm like, no, it's her. I don't know if my explanation makes sense. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because whatever. Anyways, they're very cute. I love them so much. Okay. Next show. Twinkling Watermelon. Now, the couple I'm going to talk about is the couple that did not get a lot of coverage. They're not the main couple, and in fact, most of their romantic moments that happen between them aren't even they're like towards the end, and they're only in the show a little bit. It's Cho Hyung Wook, and then Shin Eun-soo. You guys, I am unwell. So a big part of the show is the female lead in this show. She's not the main female lead, but in my heart she is, because she's my favorite character. She is deaf in the show. and he doesn't know sign language, but he learns sign language so he can talk to her. And this is before he even likes her like romantically. And also one time, oh my gosh, there's this part where he says her name like out loud. He just like verbally says it, and obviously she can't hear him, but she knows he said her name. And there's just like this flashback of when, or like there's like moment when she's like thinking to herself, she's like, he called my name. Ugh! I love it so much. They're so cute. And then their first kiss is so sweet and so cute. And I just love them so much. And they just are so interesting. They just had so much chemistry and they were so cute. And I was just like, I could have watched an entire show with just the two of them and I would have been perfectly happy. Because there's a different couple in the show. They're like the main couple. But I'm going to be so honest. I did not like them at all as a couple. I did not need either of them to be in a relationship. They could have just been friends. It would have been fine. That's a whole nother rant session, because there was a part of that show that I hated so much, but then there was other parts that I liked a lot. So anyways, I liked the couple that I mentioned. They were the ones I liked. Okay, we're almost done. I've got a couple left. Perfect Marriage Revenge. I love them so much. Y'all, she is traumatized, okay? So the female lead is traumatized. And she was poisoned when she was a kid, so she doesn't like to eat food that people make for her. So when her and her husband get married, he cooks her food, but he'll try her food before she does to make sure it's okay. And before he was even cooking for her, and when they were like, because theirs is like a marriage of convenience, because there's like, again, there's a whole portion of why they're married and whatnot, whatever, because they get married very early on in the show. But he shows her this cupboard of all the food in the house. He's like, here's where all the food is, and it's all prepackaged food. So he's like, it's all packaged, so I didn't touch it. And I'm like, marry me. He's so hot. We love him so much. The way he defends her, the way he takes care of her, is sickening, honestly. It's actually frustrating. So Sung Hoon is the main male lead. That's the actor's name. And So Do Guk is his name in the show. And then Jung Yoo Min is the female lead's like actual name. And then her name in the show is Han Yi Ju. So Sung Hoon, the male lead, he's a pretty famous actor. He's been in a relatively decent amount of shows, and I had never really thought much of him. I'm going to be fully honest. Like, I was like, yeah, he's good looking. He's like a good actor, whatever. My mind was absolutely transformed when I watched this show. He is such a good actor, but he's also such an interesting character, and his character is so hot and so he's so manly. Like, he just takes care of her in the most respectful and loving way possible, and it's sickening. And I want more shows to have male leads like him, because it's so fun to watch a woman be taken care of, like loved and taken care. Like, there's something so gratifying about it. It's the bare minimum, let me tell you, but it's great. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, Lovely Runner. Now, everyone and their mom has been talking about this show. And amongst my K-drama community, everyone talks about this show, but it really is worth the hype. And so I don't feel like I'm getting on a bandwagon of overhyping it, because it's genuinely just that good. So the couple in this show is, I don't know how to say his last name, Byun Woo-suk, who plays Roo Sung-jae, and then Kim Hae-yoon, who plays Sol. I love them. I love them. There's this like I fall in love with her every time type of trope, where no matter how many times, because it's like it has to do with time travel, so it's like no matter how many times he meets, like the male lead meets the female lead, he falls in love with her every time without fail. Even when she's trying to make him not fall in love with her and she's trying to like avoid him, they still see each other. It's like a fate. No matter what happens, their fate is intertwined, and they see each other, and he falls in love with her. And she does so much to keep him safe and keep him alive. And she sacrifices her own just so much of her own happiness, and she relives like 15 years of her life because of a time traveling thing, and she stays away from him so that he can survive. Bro, they are everything. And they have the craziest height difference ever. He is so tall and she is so short, and it's actually so cute, but it's also insane. He's so much taller than her. She's tiny. I think she's like 5'1", and he's like 6 foot something. I don't know. He's so tall, and she is so small. They have the cutest height difference though, and they're just, it's so cute. He was like, this year, he was like one of the first like loser in love that has been very common in dramas this year, where the male lead is just an utter loser, but it's amazing because they love the female lead so much, and I love it. I need it more often. Don't give me a cold male lead. I don't friggin' want a cold male lead. Give me a lover boy. Give me a lover boy any day, because I'm sick of the cold. I could go on a whole separate rant about how tired I am of the cold male lead roles. I'm over it. I don't need a cold CEO. I don't care. How about you have a personality? Is that a crazy concept? Anyways, we're almost done. I have 2 left. Okay, the next show is called The Double. Now, this is a Chinese drama, and this was 30 episodes. But it also was so good. So, again, I will not be able to pronounce these names correctly. But Wu Jin Yang plays Zhao Li. I think is how you say it. And then Wang, that's the girl. Sorry, the first one I said is the girl. And then the guy is Wang Zhang Yu. Girl, I don't know. And he plays Duke Susu. So he says Duke Susu. Duke Su. Something like that. That's how she says it. Anyways, their relationship is crazy. The fact that the actors have an 11-year age gap, never would have known. He is only 22 and she's 33, and it's actually kind of insane because I would not have known that was their age gap. Their relationship is complicated and confusing, so I'm not even going to try to explain it. Complicated not in that it's like toxic, but it's complicated and because it takes them a long time to even become a couple. They don't even get married until like the last like episode. It takes them a long time to get to the point, but it makes sense because of the context of the show. I'm not going to try to explain it. It's too confusing. It's amazing. They're beautiful. I wish they would have kissed like 10 times more. I was upset that I had to wait. I had to wait like 30-something episodes for a kiss. I wasn't tweaking out at all, but anyways, okay. All right. Last show. And now, actually, fun fact, this is the most recent show I finished. This is... I literally just finished this a couple days ago and wrote my final review. So this last show is called My Sweet Mobster. I love this show. I love the couple. It's silly. It's fun. It's goofy. It's romantic. It was such a good show. It was such a random find. I literally saw it. I saw that who the male lead was, who his name is Tae-gu, and his character name is So Ji-hwan. And then the female lead is Han Sun-hwa, is her name in real life, and then Go Eun-ha is her name in the show. These two are childhood friends to lovers, but with a twist. Actually, not really. There's not really a twist. They just knew each other as kids and were friends, and then they get reunited as adults, and he knows it's her pretty much right away, but he doesn't tell her because he changed his first name because his dad came into his life later when he was like a teenager after his mom had died, and was like, because he was like a mobster, like a gang leader or whatever, and he was like, I'm gonna take you under my wing, and this is your name, and I'm gonna create and make you a horrible person. That's basically what he does. So then our main character is very cold and serious, very mobster like, but he ends up going through what is the word I'm looking for? He's not a gangster when the show starts. Like that's his past. Like he's reformed himself. That's the word I'm looking for. Reformed himself. He's the CEO of a company now. He hires ex-convicts as his employees or whatever. Guys, I can make out with this man. He's so fine. The actor too has one of the deepest voices I've ever heard in my life. Like his voice is so freaking deep. It's actually insane. He's beautiful and I love him so much, and he played such a crazy duality in this show where he was so serious at times, but he was also so silly and so cute, and I'm so glad that they made Tae-gu do that, because I was like, thank you for making this man act silly. But also what's even funnier is all the behind the scenes I've seen of him. The man is like the shyest person I've ever seen. He's so shy, he's so like timid and quiet, so introverted. So it's funny to see him get cast in these like really intense, like dramatic, like I'm a crazy tough guy, because he's like is so baby girl. 40-year-old man is baby girl. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say, and I'm not apologizing for the fact that I called him a baby girl. And I really like Sun-hwa as well. She's very pretty, and she's super cute in this role. And we don't have any unnecessary breakups, which is also great. Their chemistry is very sweet and innocent. It's not... Okay, the one thing I will say that I didn't like about this show is that they only kiss, like, technically 3 times, but the first time is, like, a peck. The second time is, like, a little bit longer, and then the last time is, like, a little little bit. They didn't do much on the kiss scenes in the show, which is fine, but it was kind of weird how little they have like romantic like interactions. Like they're in love and they love each other and they're really cute, but they don't kiss very much and there's not a lot in that way for some reason. I don't know why. It was a little bit weird. Once I finished the show, I was like, I wonder why they just like didn't do like many kiss scenes. Or really many romantic scenes or anything. I think part of the reason is just because for the male lead especially, his character is supposed to like, she's his like first like crush, if you will. Like he's never like liked anyone, so it's kind of like makes sense that it's a lot more just like innocent and also just like not much happens, which it was fine. The show had enough substance to make up for that. So that's it. I really hope this video turns out, because I am not trying to make this again. I'm not going to try to re-record. Sometimes I mess up, so I'll like try to like redo it. And I did that a few times with this, but only had like 2 minutes at the most that I had already recorded. This is 35 minutes. I am not redoing this. Also, there is a fan in my room that's blowing air. I really hope you can't hear it, because if you can and this audio is now screwed, that's going to suck. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. If you watched through this whole thing, you're literally, you're the love of my life. And I'm gonna give you a big old kiss. Okay. Anyways, bye.